Hey, beautiful Gemini souls. I just finished an incredible reading session for you, and honestly, I had to sit with this energy for a moment because what came through was so unexpectedly beautiful and complex. You know how we Geminis always have that dual nature, that constant dance between different aspects of ourselves? Well, the cards today really honored that beautiful complexity of yours in ways that surprised even me. I was shuffling the deck thinking about your sign, about that quicksilver mind of yours, and that natural curiosity that drives you to explore every corner of life, when the first card practically jumped out at me. And let me tell you, this was not what I expected to see for this reading, but it makes so much perfect sense once you understand the deeper message. The first card that came through is the Four of Swords. And I know what you might be thinking. This card is usually about rest and meditation, right? But here's where it gets interesting for you, Gemini. This card is showing me that the good news coming your way is actually going to arrive during a moment of mental stillness. You know how your mind is usually racing with 1,000 different thoughts and possibilities? Well, the universe is telling you that this breakthrough, this positive development you've been waiting for, is going to come when you finally allow yourself to just be for a moment. The energy I'm picking up around this card is fascinating because it's showing me that you've been overthinking something recently. Maybe you've been analyzing a situation from every possible angle, turning it over and over in that brilliant mind of yours, trying to figure out the next step. But the Four of Swords is saying that the answer, the good news, is going to come when you step back from all that mental activity. It's like when you stop trying to remember something, and then it suddenly pops into your head when you're doing something completely different. What's really beautiful about this placement is that it's suggesting the good news isn't going to be dramatic or earth-shattering. It's going to be quiet, almost gentle, like a soft realization that settles into your awareness. For some of you, this might be related to a project or idea you've been developing. You've been pushing and pushing, trying to force clarity, but the breakthrough is going to come when you allow yourself some mental space. The second card that emerged from this reading really caught me off guard, and I love when the cards surprise me like this because it means we're getting authentic guidance rather than predictable patterns. The Eight of Cups appeared, and initially I was like, wait, this is interesting because this card traditionally speaks about walking away from something, but in the context of good news for Gemini, it's showing me something completely different. The Eight of Cups here is actually representing emotional courage and the good news that comes from finally honoring your true feelings about a situation. Gemini, you're so good at intellectualizing everything, at looking at situations from multiple perspectives and analyzing them to death. But this card is saying that the positive development coming your way is connected to you finally listening to what your heart has been trying to tell you all along. I'm seeing that some of you have been in a situation where you've been trying to convince yourself that you're happy with something because it makes logical sense. Maybe it's a relationship, a job, a living situation, or even a belief system that you've outgrown. The Eight of Cups, as good news, is showing me that you're about to receive the clarity and courage to acknowledge that it's okay to want something different, something that truly resonates with your soul. The beautiful thing about this card in your reading is that it's not suggesting you need to make any dramatic moves right now. Instead, it's saying that the good news is simply the recognition itself. Sometimes the most liberating thing is just admitting to ourselves what we really want, what we really feel, without immediately needing to act on it. This awareness is going to be incredibly freeing for you, Gemini. Now here's where things get really interesting because the third card that came through speaks directly to that second part of your reading topic, about someone missing you and feeling a void without you. The Seven of Pentacles appeared, and I have to tell you, this is such a beautiful and unexpected card for this particular message. Traditionally, the Seven of Pentacles is about patience and waiting for results, but in this context, it's showing me someone who has been taking inventory of their life and realizing what's missing. This person has been doing some serious soul searching, looking at what they have, what they've built, what they've accomplished, and recognizing that without you in their life, something essential is absent. The energy around this card is so tender, Gemini. It's showing me someone who maybe took you for granted when you were more present in their life. They were so focused on their goals, their work, their daily routine, that they didn't fully appreciate the unique energy you brought to their world. But now, in this period of reflection represented by the Seven of Pentacles, they're seeing clearly what your presence meant. What's particularly moving about this card is that it suggests this person isn't just missing you in a surface-level way. They're not just thinking, oh, I miss hanging out with them. No, they're recognizing something much deeper. They're realizing that you brought a particular kind of intellectual stimulation, curiosity, and lightness to their life that no one else provides. You know how Geminis have this gift of making everything more interesting, more dynamic? This person is feeling the absence of that energy acutely. The fourth card that emerged really builds on this theme, and it's another one that surprised me in the most beautiful way. The Queen of Wands showed up, but not in the way you might expect. This isn't about you stepping into Queen of Wands energy, though you absolutely could. Instead, this card is showing me the energy that you naturally embody, that this person is missing so desperately. The Queen of Wands represents confidence, creativity, and the ability to inspire others. Gemini, even when you don't realize it, you have this incredible gift of sparking ideas in other people, of making them feel more creative and adventurous. This card is showing me that the person who misses you is specifically missing that inspiration you brought to their life. I'm getting such strong energy around this, that this person has been trying to recreate that feeling of excitement and possibility that you naturally generate, but they can't. They might be surrounding themselves with other people, diving into new projects, trying different activities, but nothing is giving them that particular spark that came so effortlessly when you were around. The Queen of Wands in this position is also showing me that this person recognizes your independence and strength, and that's part of what they miss. You're not needy or clingy. You have your own rich inner world and diverse interests. This person is missing the dynamic of being with someone who challenges them intellectually while also giving them space to be themselves. Now, the fifth card that came through connects these two themes in the most beautiful way, and I literally got chills when I saw it. The Three of Cups appeared. And this is where your good news and the person missing you start to intersect in really interesting ways. The Three of Cups traditionally represents celebration and friendship, but here, it's showing me that the good news coming your way involves a reconnection or a celebration of connection. This might be with the person who's been missing you, or it might be a broader expansion of your social circle that comes as a result of you honoring those true feelings we talked about with the Eight of Cups. The energy around this card is so joyful and warm. It's like the universe is saying, Gemini, you've been in a period of figuring things out, maybe feeling a bit isolated or uncertain about certain relationships in your life. But the Three of Cups is promising that this clarity you're gaining is going to lead to deeper, more authentic connections. What's really beautiful is that this card suggests the good news isn't just about one person or one situation. It's showing me that as you become more honest about what you truly want and need, as you step back from overthinking and allow yourself to feel your feelings, you're going to attract people who really appreciate the authentic you. The sixth card that emerged took this reading to an even deeper level. And I have to share this because it's so specific and powerful. The Ace of Swords appeared, and this is pure mental breakthrough energy, but not in the way you might expect for a Gemini reading. The Ace of Swords here isn't about you having to figure everything out or solve some complex problem. Instead, it's showing me that the good news involves a moment of perfect clarity that cuts through all the confusion and doubt you've been experiencing. This is that lightning bolt moment of truth that's going to make everything suddenly make sense. I'm seeing that this clarity is specifically related to understanding your own worth and the impact you have on others. The person who misses you, the good news that's coming, The authentic connections represented by the Three of Cups. It's all going to crystallize in a moment of beautiful understanding about your own value and the unique gifts you bring to the world. The Ace of Swords is showing me that you're about to have one of those profound realizations about yourself that shifts everything. You might have been doubting whether you matter to certain people, whether your contributions are appreciated, whether your unique way of seeing the world is valued. But this card is promising a clear, undeniable understanding that yes, you absolutely do matter, and in ways you might not have even realized. The seventh card that came through really solidified this message, and it's so perfect for Gemini energy. The Page of Wands appeared, and this card is all about new beginnings and fresh perspectives, but with a youthful, curious energy that's so essentially you. The Page of Wands in this reading is showing me that part of your good news involves rediscovering your own enthusiasm for life. You know how sometimes we can get caught up in responsibilities and overthinking and lose touch with that natural excitement about possibilities? This card is promising that you're about to reconnect with that sense of adventure and curiosity that makes you feel most alive. What's particularly beautiful about the Page of Wands here is that it suggests this renewed enthusiasm is going to be infectious. The person who misses you is going to feel this shift in your energy, this return to your natural vibrancy, and it's going to draw them back into your orbit in a way that feels organic and right. The eighth card brought another layer of depth to this reading, and honestly, I'm so grateful for how nuanced and rich this guidance is becoming. The Nine of Pentacles appeared, and this card is speaking to your independence and self-sufficiency in the most empowering way. The Nine of Pentacles is showing me that part of what makes you so missed, so valued, is your ability to be complete within yourself. You don't need other people to validate you or make you whole, and that quality is actually incredibly attractive and rare. This card is confirming that the person who misses you recognizes this about you and is missing that energy of being around someone who is genuinely self-possessed. The good news connected to this card is that you're entering a period where your natural independence is going to be particularly rewarded. Whether that's in your career, your personal relationships, or your creative endeavors, the universe is recognizing and honoring your ability to create your own happiness and success. What I love about the Nine of Pentacles in this position is that it's showing me that you don't need to compromise your independence or your authentic self to receive the good news that's coming, or to reconnect with people who matter to you. In fact, it's your very commitment to being true to yourself that's going to attract these positive developments. The ninth card that emerged really brought home the emotional depth of this reading, and it's such a perfect card for understanding the complexity of the situation with the person who misses you. The Two of Cups appeared, but not in the obvious way you might expect. The Two of Cups here isn't necessarily promising a romantic reunion or immediately restored relationship. Instead, it's showing me the deep emotional recognition that exists between you and this person who feels your absence. This card is saying that on a soul level, there's an understanding and connection that remains strong despite physical or circumstantial separation. The energy around this card is so beautiful, because it's showing me that what this person misses about you isn't just your company or your conversation, though those things matter too. They miss the feeling of being truly understood and appreciated that comes so naturally in your presence. The Two of Cups represents that rare quality of emotional attunement, and you have a gift for creating that kind of connection with people. The good news aspect of this card is that this mutual recognition and appreciation is going to become clear to both of you soon. There's going to be some kind of acknowledgement, whether through direct communication or through the energy shifts we've been talking about, that this connection is valuable and worth nurturing. As we move toward the final cards in this reading, I'm struck by how perfectly they're weaving together to tell a cohesive story about your near future. The 10th card that appeared is the Knight of Cups, and this is where things get really interesting because it's showing me movement and action around the emotional themes we've been exploring. The Knight of Cups represents someone taking emotional action, making a move based on feelings rather than logic. In the context of your reading, this card is showing me that the person who misses you is moving beyond just feeling that absence to actually doing something about it. This might manifest as reaching out, making an effort to reconnect, or simply being more present and available when opportunities for connection arise. What's beautiful about the Knight of Cups energy is that it's showing me this person is approaching the situation with genuine emotional intelligence. They're not going to be pushy or dramatic about reconnecting. Instead, they're going to be thoughtful and considerate, recognizing that you value your independence and authenticity above all else. For you, Gemini, the Knight of Cups as good news suggests that you're also going to feel inspired to take some emotional risks soon. Remember that clarity we talked about with the Ace of Swords? It's going to inspire you to be more open and honest about your feelings, more willing to express appreciation for the people who matter to you. The 11th and final card that came through really ties everything together in the most beautiful way, and I have to tell you, when I saw it, I just knew this reading was complete and perfect. The Six of Pentacles appeared, and this card is all about balance and reciprocity in relationships. The Six of Pentacles is showing me that the resolution to all these themes, the ultimate good news, involves finding a beautiful balance in your connections with others. You're going to discover a way to maintain your cherished independence while also allowing people to show their appreciation for you and contribute to your happiness. This card is particularly significant because it addresses one of the core Gemini challenges, which is how to be in relationship with others without losing yourself in the process. The Six of Pentacles is promising that you're about to find that sweet spot where you can give and receive love, support, and appreciation in a way that enhances rather than diminishes your sense of self. The person who misses you is going to have an opportunity to show their appreciation in a way that honors who you are. And you're going to feel comfortable accepting that appreciation because you'll recognize that it comes from a place of genuine respect for your autonomy and unique gifts. Looking at all these cards together, Gemini, the story they're telling is so hopeful and empowering. You're in a period of important self-discovery and emotional honesty that's going to lead to wonderful developments in your relationships and your overall life satisfaction. The good news that's coming isn't going to require you to be someone you're not, or to sacrifice the things that matter most to you. The person who misses you is going through their own process of recognition and appreciation, and that's going to lead to a reconnection that feels organic and right for both of you. But even more importantly, this whole experience is helping you understand your own value and the unique gifts you bring to every relationship and situation in your life. The cards are showing me that you're about to enter a period where your natural Gemini gifts of curiosity, adaptability, and intellectual stimulation are going to be particularly appreciated and rewarded. The good news is that you don't have to work harder or be different to receive this recognition. You just have to keep being authentically yourself and trust that the right people and opportunities will be drawn to that authentic energy. I hope this reading resonates with you, beautiful Gemini souls. The cards today brought such a message of hope and validation, and I feel grateful to have been able to share this guidance with you. Trust in your own worth, honor your need for independence and authenticity, and know that the people who truly value you will always find their way back into your orbit when the timing is right.